Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is speaking and quite confidently so, but whatever they're saying is made up. It's not true. They're lying, they're covering up for something that really did happen, or they want you to feel like whatever you think is true is foolish. So we could have some gaslighting going on. They're The thing is, I feel like this is somebody who's talking very confidently, like they've got this in the bag, without realizing that you have receipts. So the advice seems to be when this person who wants to lie to you is talking to you and you recognize that they're lying, the temptation might be to stop them, but the advice is don't interrupt them. Let them keep talking because there's something else in it for you. There's a reason. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you have great weather. It's actually sunny here today, which is nice. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Seers Healing. Hello, Art. How are you doing? Hello, Upper Echelon. Hello, Bitchy Tata. What's going on? If you'd like a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And also offering memberships now, which is exciting. So if you want access to additional shorts or live streams, or you want a monthly reading, go ahead and check them out. We're going to start off with the Wild Reflections Tarot. How are you doing? Oh, and I have to do just a quick little shout out to Julia Bug because you said something about loving my weirdness. So sending you a hug. Oh, and you said you listen every day, which is pretty awesome of you. So thank you. All right, what do we have? Ten of Wands and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Six of Cups. So this is somebody who's talking about something that is over. They want it to seem like there's no chance, line in the sand has been drawn, no worries, but they're lying about whatever it is they say is over. I quit that job, I stopped hanging out with that friend, or I quit smoking. Whatever they're going on about, you already know. I feel like you've seen this behavior before. So the red flags are definitely being seen, or, alarm bells are going off. How's it going, INV? We've got the Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Wow, and the Five of Cups. So that's a lot of water energy. At least from the Wild Reflections Tarot, all but one, and I've pulled 6 cards, are potentially tied to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So that could be an important sign or signs for you. But we've got a choice that somebody has made that impacts a loved one. I don't get the impression that this is exclusively a love reading. This, for many of you, this Two of Cups is friendship or somebody that you felt like you could trust. After all, trust is something that can be broken in platonic relationships or family relationships as well. And it looks to me like whoever it is that's talking to you quite confidently about, oh, that's over, that's done, that's never going to happen again. This is somebody who has put you in this Five of Cups energy where you wonder if they're being honest, or you feel confident that they're not. Because this illusion, the Seven of Cups, I don't feel like it works on you anymore. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Empress. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who's saying they have done the work when they have not done the work. For some of you, this is about whether or not they're being loyal, not, talking to other people outside of a relationship. For others of you, this is about whether or not somebody did something they were supposed to do for the family. So did you clean your room? Did you help your kid do their homework? This is like checking in, making sure something is good, and realizing that somebody is definitely lying. They did not do whatever the thing is that they're saying that they actually did. It's like, yeah, no, I totally took the trash out. That's weird because, like, I just walked into the room and here it is. So they might not be as good at lying as they think because they say they've done something without apparently realizing that you can prove it wrong. Maybe they said they quit smoking cigarettes, but when you took the trash out, you just found like the empty carton or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you got some receipts. Three of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. It's a little bit of bad luck for this person. Maybe they've lied to you about this a million times. Maybe they generally are so confident in how they lie that, you know, they get away with it all the time. But it's like somebody was watching. Sorry, it was upside down. It's like somebody was watching when they thought nobody was watching. Like you saw them pull up to the house and witness, you know, them tossing the cigarette out the window. Whatever it is, it's like, no. By like happenstance, I was at the right place at the right time, or I saw what I needed to see. And now I know that you're lying to me. That rhymed, you guys. Are you proud of me? I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. All right, let's see what else we got. This is What's the News? What else do we have? Color Me Shocked, but not with lipstick. That's weird. This is the evidence card, lipstick evidence. So this could be something that is about somebody's ability to be loyal or committed. Infidelity, caught cheating, and betrayal. Keep in mind, this is not 100% a love reading. So this could be, I caught not my partner, somebody else's partner cheating. So this could be, you know, that somebody in your family is cheating, you know, walking on your sister-in-law or something weird. Don't do that. This is also got the penny pinching card. Oh man. Okay, so we've got somebody here who is doing something that they shouldn't, and it's either about relations or a bank account. And in some very special instances, the Venn diagram is just a circle, and somebody is doing things they shouldn't for money. They might feel they just don't have many options, but whatever's being lied about, there's a witness, this Queen of Cups. And I feel like that's probably you. It doesn't have to be. But we've got evidence, receipts, whatever you want to call it. You know what's going on. Hey, Lemonade, what's going on? Memories, missing someone, regression, revisiting the past, squad, reconciliation, soul tribe, close friends, and karmics, third parties, haters, lesson learned. So we have the person who's caught, the person where there's receipts on what they did. They're like standing up in front of people or making this impassioned argument in front of like their partner or their best friend. I didn't do that thing. I didn't. And they may reference, remember that time? I can't believe you would do this even though we had so much fun, blah, blah, blah. It's like they want to bring up the past. And initially it might be good, but then it's like, okay, I'm going to start looking for the things that you did to me and I'm going to throw that in your face. So the defensiveness goes through the roof, and it's because they're starting to realize that maybe they actually have been caught. They're trying to analyze all the various ways they might potentially get caught. So if you see them doing math in their head while they're trying to have a conversation with you, that's what they're doing. They're like, have you figured me out? Is there any maybe you have. Uh-oh. And then they get shocked Pikachu or like concern. I feel like there's a picture. Could be a detail on social media that tips you off. I feel like somebody's posing for a picture. And let's say I told you I had a work conference, everything's going to be real serious when I'm in Miami. It kind of looks like, well, maybe this is more LA. LA. This is like somebody trying to say that they're doing something that they need to, or, oh, I just like, I have to do this. I have to go out for my friend's birthday, or I have to go to Vegas. And then there's this picture and it's like, see, I know what you're doing now. And they don't want to be honest about what they were doing. But this is somebody who is out there doing things they shouldn't be doing while they have a relationship. Let's get a few from the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Hello, angelic chords. How are you doing today? What else do we have? Yeah. Seven of Cups is in the reverse. Their illusions don't work on you. They love bomb or gaslight. Probably both. You know, they go hand in hand. Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who lies to the person that I'm reading for. So it does not have to be your romantic partner, but there's someone here lying about what they're getting up to, and you have proof of what they're doing. But I have the pack of cigarettes right here. Right here. How do you explain this? I do think that you end up sharing the evidence that you have with this person, but the advice is let them finish their sentence. Let them finish that ridiculous paragraph of BS just to see how thick that layer of frosting, which is BS, gets. How much are they willing to lie? Because apparently there's something you're supposed to hear. There's something else. But wait, there's more. I didn't want more. Thanks, though. Six of Pentacles and another Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I did something else, but I was hoping you wouldn't notice. It's like a sneaky like swap, right? Like, have you ever seen those videos where, you know, oh, I lost my cat for like a week and then like I just lost my mind when I finally found him again, brought him back in the house, and then like 2 weeks later, my real cat came back. I mean, I think I've heard about parents that do that because they don't want to like tell their kids about what happens when you go bye-bye. But this is like, I thought I could say I was here for this amount of time when I was really going to be here. And whatever effort I put into trying to hide my actual location, it didn't matter because you actually ended up finding out where I was. Maybe somebody posted a picture and proved whatever I was saying to be like complete BS. But whoever I'm reading for, you've done your homework or you've got the receipts. You do not need them to tell you what happened. You just want to know what they're going to try to say. Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Star, and the Queen of Swords. Somebody already posted this. Somebody already told you or sent you a picture, and you're like sitting there with a smirk on your face. Like, yeah, no, go ahead. Tell me, what was it that happened? Sure. Okay. But you know that they're lying. Five of Swords Justice, and the Five of Pentacles. So let them show you what they're willing to do when they think that you don't know the truth. Because sometimes what really helps us acknowledge that a connection is toxic or that somebody really is all about, like, you know, covering their own bum. Sometimes you need to be aware of how far somebody's willing to go. And I feel like this is one of those breadcrumbing situations where it's like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, we did go somewhere else. I just I kind of forgot about it. Oh yeah? Did you? That's weird. Interesting. This is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have? You're right, Lemonade. I'm gonna have to work on that. What else do we have? Death, Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the High Priestess in the reverse. They should have been able to figure out that the writing was on the wall, that you knew what was going on, maybe even just by your tone, but they don't, I don't know, they don't go for the truth. I just don't really want to call this person the devil. That's what the primary energy is. They may be a Capricorn, but this is somebody who felt like they could tell you whatever they wanted and you were just going to eat it up. You're just going to believe it. But they have missed a detail. They have missed something. They don't realize that there is information out there already that contradicts what they're saying. So they look like a little bit of a clown. Okay, a big clown. Really obnoxious, like, I don't know, makeup, ruffles. Hello, AJ. How's it going? What else do we have? So we've got the Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords, and the Empress. More cards than I wanted, but I think this is because you ask a question and you already know what's going to happen based on how somebody starts their sentence, okay? Like the first thing that they start to say, you're like, oh, here we go. But I got 5 cards instead of my normal 3 because it's like, there's a little bit more that you need to hear. Don't shut them up. Just like, I don't advocate for people expressing fake emotions, but I do believe that a poker face is important. And you're supposed to wear a poker face and let this person keep talking when they're clearly lying. Because with that Nine of Pentacles, your intuition already told you what was going on. And this Knight of Pentacles is like, you found what you needed. You're just waiting to see what this person does. They don't want to admit defeat. They don't want to cop to this betrayal. They want to pretend that everything is fine. So with this King of Swords and Empress, it's like the Empress has their back turned to the King of Swords. You're being encouraged to just kind of be quiet. I know it's not easy for me either. There's something else they're going to tell you while they're trying to cover their ass, basically. Sorry about the lawnmower. Grass, it keeps growing, you guys. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Lovers. It's a really bad decision. I feel there's something that has been lost or damaged, and there may be a weird cover-up story for many of you. Like, hey, did you lose your watch? Or like, why don't you have your phone? And that's going to be where initially you hear this detail and you're like, okay, well, now I know you're lying to me. Let them keep going. They make a choice and it's like they're redirecting you. That's how I'm seeing this angel up above. They're like, no, look over here. We're going to talk about this. Knight of Cups and the Devil in the reverse. And they're going to make sound super innocent, right? Like whatever happened, it's no big deal. You know, I had to go to the library at midnight. I know it's not normally open, but they decided to open up for me specifically. Isn't that kind of them? Whatever it is, it's like completely obvious that it's BS, right? And you're like, right, midnight library party for you. Okay. Just hold back the reaction, hold back the judgment. You know they're lying. They know they're lying. They just don't know that you know that they're lying. Page of Cups. You're like, no, it's okay. See, everything was very innocent. Everything was very PG-13. Eight of Pentacles. They might say that they were working. Four of Pentacles, but there's something that they hold back or don't say or they edit. And that's what you have proof on. It's like they don't tell you that they left the bar and then went back to it, right? And you've got like a picture of them at a different place at a different time. It's like their details just don't line up. And I don't know that this is somebody that would ever really admit to lying unless you had proof and could call them out. What else do we have? This is the Path of Shadows. I hope that changes archetype. Oh, Lord. Go it. We've got Eerie Graveyard, the Owl, and the Skeleton. Spooky. As life transcends and we all fall into a silent embrace, the old attachments die, finding closure and grace. Wisdom, shadows, and deeper truths. They're the first two. And then Skeleton, a curse of bones, time, and dust, things that were never meant to last. Yeah, I think we've got somebody who was a bit set in their ways and expected things to like always crumble or always fall apart. So this led to them not really cherishing or valuing the connections that they have in their life and being almost a little bit careless in terms of how they act. But they didn't expect you to have proof. They really didn't expect you could prove they were lying. All right. This is the Pope Tarot. Sorry, guys. I hope you can still hear me. Hello, Carl. How's it going? Page of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. So this person, they have an opportunity to tell the truth. They have a chance, and when they start to make it clear that they're not ready to be honest with you, there's more information that they try to use. Sorry. This is right out there. Maybe he really wants a reading, you guys. Yeah, I don't know. This is somebody who does not take the opportunity to be honest. There's something here about the location. They were so like pleased with themselves. Like, see, here's where I was the whole time. I'm such a good person. But then you figure out that they're lying. I think social media plays a part in this. We got King of Wands and the Four of Wands. There's some sort of event or a party. I was there for that. No big deal. Everyone could see where I was. Of course I didn't go to the janitor's closet. What are you talking about? Like, they think they're super clever, but there's something that was caught in terms of picture or the actual location, and they can't control it. It's like somebody else is unknowingly causing them trouble and making it clear that they've lied and they weren't where they said they were, or they weren't doing what they said they were doing. I think they went somewhere else. Because now we have the Knight of Wands clarifying the Chariot. Both of these are fast-moving energy, but we have a car on both of them. So I feel like the location is really important. You say where you are and it's not true, and I could prove that you weren't there. King of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups. There's a little deer in headlights situation, because whenever you decide to say something, I feel like you do let them tell like the whole embellished story when you finally are like, oh, that's weird because like this says you were here. You're gonna see an interesting like jaw drop facial expression in deer in headlights, right? Oh crap. I didn't think you would be able to figure me out. And you let me tell you the whole story too. Yeah, I did. Nicely done. Would have been great for like a screenplay, but like we're talking real life here, and that was not real life. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Harvest, steady, stable, rewards, financial gain, abundance, and windfall. Polarity, contrast, resistance, pull, yin yang, and magnetic. There's something that the devil energy, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to call this person. There's something they wanted to celebrate. There's something they felt accomplished with. Maybe they won a little bit of a lottery prize. Maybe they won a meat raffle. I don't know. But this pushes them to do something that they normally would probably feel uncomfortable doing. It emboldens them in some way. We've got compassion. And enlightenment. You know, I wish maybe I should just like add a t-shirt, I don't know, to my website, but I feel like we need to have classes for people to learn that somebody being kind does not mean that they are weak. Because this is another example of that where, okay, so you've been very compassionate, you've been very considerate of me. So if I tell you, you know, this happened and that's why I'm late, or I really was here, I feel like you're going to believe me because you're the Queen of Cups. You are sweet and kind and you'll believe whatever I tell you. But they don't necessarily acknowledge or accept or see that you are also quite intelligent, that you can see through the BS. That's why they feel like they can use it on you successfully, but they can't. Exactly. Sorry, guys. I hope that's not too loud for you. We've got emotions and breakthrough. Water, cry, another reference to water. Water, cry, purge, balancing, releasing, and milestone, epiphany, climax, advancement, and quantum leap. So you see this person for who they really are. You've got receipts on what they've been up to. There's no illusion anymore. You don't have any intention believing what they have to say because you see that they're quite comfortable lying, that they're quite comfortable making things up to try to sound like a better person, and you're not going to buy it anymore. This is the Love Oracle. What else? escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. Bluff, pretending, mask, and exaggeration. Twin flame, again, okay. Mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. So for some of you, you've had a number of chapters with this person. You try to make things work, they mess it up, you break up, and then you come back together, you try to make it work. And along the way, hopefully both of you are able to work on yourselves. But it feels to me like this person keeps telling you that they have changed something or something has ended, or I'm not doing that anymore, but they are. Hey, James, how are you doing? Good for you. Hello, Voyager. Healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. And confessions, unveiling, coming clean, and messages. So they decide to be honest because you have receipts. They're like, okay, well, I guess I can't lie anymore. And I feel like you find out what they were actually doing, where they were, what they were up to. Mostly. There still might be something they don't tell you. And the important thing is, you know that they lied. So you understand now that maybe you were being a little bit generous, feeling like you could trust this person, right? Bitterness and breaking point. So I do think we've got somebody that tries to justify this lie by saying that they were in a really difficult situation in their job or with money, right? Because we had the penny pinching card come out. I was feeling really bad about myself, or I didn't feel like my relationship was going well. So I decided to do something and like kind of act out. I did something that I shouldn't have done. They're trying to justify it, but it's about as effective as saying, like, oh, sorry, I, cheated, but I was drunk. It's not really an excuse. It's like you put yourself in that situation. You got to be able to pull back when you see things, going the way that they are. So we've got somebody who's trying to justify their decision now that they found out that you actually know what happened. This is the situations deck. What's going on? So this is why I think there is something on social media. We have gossip or some sort of not super confirmed information that then gets documented, journal, by others. So I feel like we have a witness. I feel like we have somebody who like posted a picture and said where someone was, or proved that somebody wasn't there. Receipts. Close friend. This is somebody who worked to not get discovered doing something they shouldn't be doing. And I feel like they get exposed by somebody that is a close friend or family member of theirs posting a picture. And it's some sort of, it could be that they're kissing somebody or making out, or hugging someone, or that they're not somewhere that they're supposed to be. All right, let's go with, This is the Spiritual AF deck. What else do we have? If you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. Stop stressing over shitty AF people. Okay, sorry. Courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway. Stupidity is the same thing. That's why life is hard. I love that one. It's okay to start the fuck over if you have to. There are people who dislike you because you don't dislike yourself. Self-care is not selfish. So it sounds like you got to do something to take care of you. Take a little break, do what you need to, find something to laugh at, put on your favorite movie. 3 ways to fail at everything in life. Complain about everything, blame others for your problems, and never be grateful. Once you start laughing, you start healing. So I think pretty much from a very young age, easily in elementary school, I was getting like picked on, and I found that humor was a great way to deflect or to handle the like daily anxiety of dealing with children in a school environment, right? So I found ways to insult people. I found ways to even do like the self-deprecation thing, like I can beat you to insulting me and be funnier while I do it. Just watch. Um, this is saying be a positive energy for yourself while dealing with this and find those ways to laugh or be a little bit less serious, because at the end of the day, the person who's actually losing out, it's not you, it's this other person. Rise above your fuckheadedness. Oh Lord. Sometimes crushing it means asking for help. You might have a friend that's able to provide a helpful piece of advice here for you, or maybe another piece of the puzzle in terms of what was going on with this person that is lying to you. But you have strong intuition and it will guide you. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the memberships. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Doodles.